Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to talk about filter context. In the first lesson, in the preceding lesson, we talked about row context. Now we are going to talk about filter context and how it's applied in our data model. So let's just do a slight reading here. Say the filter context is a set of filters applied to the data model before the evaluation of a DAX expression starts. So let's leave enough of the theory. Let's go to Power BI desktop where I will explain this better. So filter context, we know from what you've read that it has to do with a measure, right? So for example, let me just remove this gross sales, the row that I used calculated columns for. So this is our measure. So showing this measure like this, so I'm not, this measure is just this is just showing the whole thing across the table. So this is what this is showing. Let's go to data. This is what the measure is showing. There's no filter. I'm not filtering anything. It's just showing the whole of this total gross sales. Yeah, which is showing for 5 countries, 688 rows, then 559 distinct values. So that is what this is showing. And it's returning the 131 million that we have here. That's the number it's returning. Like if you see the filters here, when I hover around the filters, the filters and slicer affecting this visual, there aren't any filters applied right now. So can we see it? Now let me just zoom in on this a bit. Okay. Okay. So there aren't any filters applied on this right now. So no filters at all on this when I highlight the filter button. This that looks like a funnel. So let me put a metrics table, right? Let me now filter. Let me show by country. So where's country here? Country, gross sales, segment. So country, look at country. Okay. So let me make this bigger. So size, text size. Okay, this is affecting the header. Column headers. Okay, text size. This is the grid. This is what I want to do. Okay. Make this 19. So this country, then I'm going to show this measure across countries. So automatically a filter has happened here. So let's check this our filter and see. Okay. So a filter has happened here, even though this is showing that no filter is affecting this visual. So but across this, why is Canada not showing 131? That is because Canada is not 131. Oh, yes. Rather, Canada is 27 million in terms of gross sales. So let's go to our data. Oh, sorry, it's not this. Let's go to data and filter by country, Canada. When we select Canada alone, we can see that there's a filter there. So 137 rows filter out of 688. 5 distinct values. So 1 filter distinct values. It's telling me that I'm only filtering by one thing, which is Canada. So when we go to the gross sales that we did by using calculated column, this will be equal to the 27 million that we see here. So what if we add another filter to it, for example? So to add filter, I can bring a slicer in here. This is slicer visual. So let me say I'm filtering by segment, right? Let me make this a drop down, filtering by segment. Pick one segment. Let me say channel partners. So you can see that this total has dropped to 2 million. If I go to the filter now and say, okay, segment is channel partners, you can see I'm saying there's a filter applied now. So here again, it says segment is channel partners, just one filter. So I can see that that has reduced to 528,000 for Canada. This is what channel partners. When I go to my table and go to segment, channel partners, so that will further reduce my number of rows. So you can see here 20 filtered rows out of 688 rows. So I'm filtering by segment. It's showing here. I'm filtering by countries and I'm filtering by segment. That is 2 filters I've applied here. Country segment. So let me go back here. So what if I do something like this? Let me say I bring, okay, let me say I do something like this. I'm filtering by channel partners here. Let me also take another filter. Let me on control, I'm holding control. Mid-market, 2 filters. So if I come here to show me that I'm filtering by channel partners or mid-market. So now, what if I now limit it to Canada? So hold control, click on Canada. So let me come here as well to show me that. So I included, this is just for one country and is by channel partners and mid-market. So this is how filter context works. The only formula that can remove all this filter context is the calculate formula, which we are also going to discuss in this tax 3. So this is what filter context is. You need to have a good understanding of this to know how to use DAX very well. So that will be all for this lesson. See you in the next lesson.